Hello, YouTube. I'm back with another update about the Memorial Day situation. Because we have Invest 90L that's down here between Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula. And a lot of the models are in disagreement about where it's going to go and how strong. It looks like the European model pretty consistently has had it forming around kind of the 26th, 27th as a weak tropical storm, kind of hanging out around Louisiana, Mississippi area, and kind of weakening in that same area. And that's been going on for the last week or so with the European model in the last several runs. We go to the GFS. Let's go back. The latest run of the GFS, 12Z on the 23rd, has nothing really remarkable forming until the 27th. They have a weak tropical storm that kind of goes into the Gulf Coast of Florida and kind of just meanders around Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina. And it kind of brings either of these situations will bring heavy rain to the southeastern states. So either way, there's going to be a lot of rainfall. And some of the past European models kind of been showing the same thing in generally the Florida Panhandle landfall. And then the FV3 GFS hasn't been producing as strong of storms as it had been. In fact, the 12Z run today has been not really producing anything too strong. But this one actually hasn't even fully gone on. But the 6Z today has a pretty weak tropical storm, kind of doing the same thing as the other GFS model. Although this one kind of hangs around the coast a bit more. And then makes multiple landfalls before going up into the Carolinas. If that model is the correct one, then that would be a lot more rainfall. And then we have CMC, which interestingly has a pretty strong tropical storm coming into the Pensacola, Panama City area in the Panhandle. So that one's producing a bit stronger of a storm. I don't think it would be a hurricane exactly, but it's a decent strength tropical storm. And let's look at the 0Z. And again, kind of the same thing, a bit of a stronger tropical storm. Although this one has it hitting more of the Mobile Gulfport area, but Generally, the areas from Louisiana to the Panhandle of Florida should be watching out for a tropical storm over the Memorial Day weekend, which is actually coming up in a few days, so it'll be something to watch out for. Also, let's see if we can find current storms. So this only shows crap, okay. I'm trying to find something where, and it looks to be somewhat favorable for developments. We have pretty good water temperatures around 80 degrees in the Gulf. So that'll definitely be good for storm developments. It's a bit cooler up here. Waters are pretty warm though, given that it's May. Generally around low 80s. Says there are no cyclones in any ocean basin, but there is a pretty strong cyclone in the Indian Ocean, in the Arabian Sea. I'll try to find it. Gulf News Yemen. And there's a cyclone Mekunu that's coming into the Yemen, Somalia, and Oman area, which is pretty rare because that area is very much a desert and they don't get a lot of rain. And actually, Somalia had a cyclone just earlier over the weekend. There was a cyclone that hit around this area of Somalia. So they've been getting a lot of rain. Likely almost a year's worth, because I imagine this area of the world doesn't get a ton of rainfall. Maybe only like 5 to 10 inches a year. So a cyclone could easily give them a year's worth of rain in a matter of a few days. So that's all that's going on right now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week in the next video.